For an example of how this works in a game, let's look at one of the most iconic video games of all time, Super Mario Bros. The plot of Super Mario Bros. Is wall-to-wall silliness. You play as a plumber who's trying to rescue a princess from a spiky turtle monster. Everything you see is colorful, bizarre, and whimsical. This atmosphere is reinforced by the primary gameplay mechanic, jumping. The bulk of Mario's time is spent jumping on things, jumping off of things, or jumping between things. All of this jumping is satisfying and fun. It creates the impression of escaping from the boundaries of reality while simultaneously being tethered to them, an impression reinforced by the absurd but internally consistent logic of the game world. In a world like this, of course eating a mushroom would make you twice as big. Of course eating a flower would make you able to throw fireballs. Everything you see, hear, and do in the game adds up to a cohesive whole, and the only way to experience this whole is to play it. Words alone can't describe it, because words are only one medium, and this is a multimedia experience. It's an interactive multimedia experience. It's a gesamte Kunstwerk. It's a goddamn video game, and there's a reason people like it. So now, can we talk about Dark Souls? Yes. The reason I went through that whole song and dance is that explaining what makes Dark Souls good can't be done by listing its various qualities piecemeal. Instead, I want to try and illustrate how each individual component harmonizes with the others to produce a cohesive whole. The most common thing you hear about the game is how hard it is, how it's full of enemies that will kill you in one hit, how it doesn't hold your hand the way most games do, and how you'll die over and over and over and over and over again while you're playing it. If you're like me, you probably thought this was a strange selling point for a game to have. Who would want to play something like that? Who would voluntarily sneak out a frustrating, profanity-shouting, controller-throwing experience to eat up their limited free time? First, know that the game's difficulty is exaggerated by most people. It is harder than most games, yes, but not punishingly so. At least not in most cases. Fucking basilisks. Second, the difficulty serves a thematic purpose. The world of Dark Souls is not cruel. Instead, I would describe it as indifferent. Whenever you die, and you will die, the camera usually lingers on your corpse for a few seconds afterwards, long enough to see whatever enemy killed you lose interest and go back to whatever they were doing before. The world of Dark Souls bears you no malice. You don't merit its malice. You're not important enough. This is a departure from most games, where the player is presumed to be the most important person around. Not here. Here, you're just another doomed soul trying to stay alive for as long as possible in a dying world.